And this DTR is going to be my next project. The CR frames will be getting painted, so I've just had other stuff painted. That's done. But on this, it never had engine numbers. See down there. With this casing I got legit, and it's got legit engine numbers on. So I'm going to strip the engine out of this, paint that casing. It'll need bearings, that one, that one, that one, and that dtr1 there. I'll get a crank bearing, make sure it fits in properly. But I've got another casing upstairs with original numbers on, the old 3MB numbers. This will be coming up next after the CR, and I just need to test drive that. Once it's test drive, it's up for sale. I've just got a one of them for tonight. The back. The back headlight, the back wheel thing, what goes on the back. So anyway, that's coming up next. I've loosened the head off. I'm going to loosen the side casing on the other side. Then I've took that side casing off with the bolts. I'm going to take the flywheel off, the stator off. I'm just going to take the stator up here, so I can just drop the engine straight out. We may as well take the head off while we're on now. If it'll come off, should do. I might have to take the spark plug out, but the spark plug's stuck in the way. It's a 3BN, and the head's alright. So let's put that down there with the casing. Get that barrel off next. But why I took that casing off was to get the front spotter off first, because sometimes that you get off. But I just fitted this one on not long back, so it'd be easy to get off. It might still be slack, it doesn't, I'll knock it over at the bottom, but it'll not be too tight. So we'll get the front spotter off now. I've banged a little tab off the top of the securing thing on the nut, and I've put the clutch holding tool onto the flywheel. I don't know where my other one is, because I could have been able to hold the front spotter as well, but I'll see if I can get this off. It's a bit late to be using this, but give it a quick try. I'll try a ratchet. And the ratchet got that nut off. It's got that nut off as well. We'll just take them off. You've got that. You've got your securing plate. Got your front spotter. There's a collar in there. I'll just leave it in to protect the front seal. Just put them bits in there. I'm sure that's a spacer in there, but I can't get it out because the engine's, the bike's tipped over on the side. We'll get the flywheel puller in there now and get the flywheel puller out. So we'll put the flywheel puller in. There, it's screwed in there. Then you screw that bit in, if you can see it, that other bit. Just the same size sort of before. For the nut what kept the flywheel on, so I think I find the big adjustable. and sometimes these are on tight. But I've greased this when I put it on. I only put it on not long back, and I've only been out on it twice, so it should just pop straight off. It off there just for the ratchet. Good look. That is. That's the flywheel. With the puller in the end, just take the puller out. There's that little space I was on about. What goes into the end of the flywheel. So we'll put that flywheel down there and we'll get the stator off next. That's the stator slat now. This is 2 screws. That one and that one. Both the same length. I'll put them back when I take the stator out. But I've got some cable ties somewhere. There's a little neutral screw down here. What that way it goes onto, just take the screw out, pop that off. That's just the stator off. I've just cable tied it up there out the way, so all I've got to do is disconnect them. Don't know if there's any more. No, that goes to that. So just got to disconnect them, then the stator's out the way, get the barrel off, get the carb off. I'll loosen them now. In the front one, there's a 12 down there. I'll get that out as well, because the easy way to do this, when the barrel's off, this case in here where I'm putting on just pops off. You don't have to open the clutch side or nothing, just drop the oil. But this new bearings in this one down here on the floor, that one, and painted, and then it'll slot straight on. And I just decided to carry on. That bolts out the bottom, the front bolts out. This one's going to take some banging. The stator's unplugged and tied up there. Carbs up there, put the oil cable off the throttle. That'll still be rigged up, so that'll need 2 out, plus that oil cable as well. I'll just put a bolt in that. There's the oil cable there. Just take that out, and the engine will just lift out. So we'll get to that now, get started on it. So I've got all this stuff out on this side. The oil cable, it was already plugged up. I'd already been running it with just petrol mixed in with in the tank, mixed with the petrol mixed with oil in the tank. Just I don't know how you set these oil pumps. Rigged up, but I hadn't a clue how to set them. But anyway, take that old cable off, bang this bolt through, Then the engine's just lift out. We'll get in there and have a quick look at it on the bench. So that's everything off on that side. Then we'll lift the engine out, we'll lift out from that side. So we'll get that done now. So that's that big long bar knocked out now. I've lifted it in a bit. Now we'll lift it out from the other end of the engine. So there's the engine lifted out. Hold on there. That's it there. See, that casing's all got to come off tomorrow. Get that one painted up with new bearings in, even though I built this up with all new bearings. But we'll get that stripped down tomorrow. So that's the engine out. I've knocked all the screws out, what need to be took out. All the way around. Take the barrel off. And I'm putting a new barrel on this. I'm putting it back down to 56.4. It's a 3BM one. You can see there's marks on the back of the piston. There's marks on the back of the other piston I put in. Let's see if there's any on the front. No, there's none on the front. But the first time I put it in, with it being a big bore, the power valve hadn't been shaved. And the power valve was hitting the piston. It's on my videos, the red and white dtr, you can hear it tapping. But anyway, that's the barrel anyway. Then there's the rest of it. Don't really need to take the piston off, but I'm taking it off anyway because I'll be putting a different one in. I'm just going to do this here because somebody asked the other day. Hopefully this is the right size. It is. Just his bar didn't have this little screw on. And there's that screw that goes in your case, and with that on, and that little nut goes through there like that, and it holds this on. That's what it holds on to, if you can see it. It holds onto that, bolts on, just keeps that tight, but these are normally snapped off all the time. I don't know if you can see the piston there, I'll hold it up. I don't know how that's happened. It happened on the last piston as well. Anyway, we'll get these off, and then that casing will just come off. And we've got that one to paint, get the bearings and that, and put that one back on, and get a better barrel. I'll get that one resleeved. That's the crank puller on now. The engine's on a slant. I always do them that way. See all those dropped out where I've took the screws out. Just it's best to lift the casing off that way if you're lifting them off. If you lift them off on a slant, stuff's dropping out. So we'll get this off now anyway. Maybe you have to tap different sprocket shaft. Let's open it all up now evenly. The shaft's tight in the bearing. There's another thing I wanted to show, the woodruff key. I don't know if you can see it in my hand. I'll show it in a minute. The casing with all the new bearings I fitted. Just the puller. Put that down there. Then there's that side of the engine. And if everything's straight like that, this is only one can come off anyway. There's only one washer here. No, it's stuck. I can come off anyway. There's no washers anywhere. What a slack. Like on some gear shafts, you get a washer on each end. What a slack. So that casing, pick the wrong one up. That casing there will just slot straight onto there like that. Right, so I'll order the bearings for that casing, get it painted, and then get it back onto that engine, get the engine back in, and get a new barrel, because it's never run right since I've bought it. And the only thing I've never changed the barrel. I've changed the casings. There's a carb on it, what's a Gilera, a new one of 08. Changed everything. So it will only be the barrel. But anyway, that's that done anyway. So thanks for watching. Oh, this is one last thing I was just going to show. The woodruff key goes in there. And that slot there goes in there like that. So it's out a bit. Because it drives your flywheel. It's best to get them out. That's why I wanted to find it. Get them out and put in your flywheel. But if you got these flywheels, watch what you're putting in them, because stuff can go behind them, like down behind them bits of metal down there. Just stick it inside on there and it'll be safe. Right, thanks for watching.